2 Riots with the Turbografx. Oh yeah.
This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click the notification bell, and remember, never be afraid to be happy. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Today, a bonus video. That's right, a bonus video. Just because of what's going on today. Finally, I got my Turbografx Mini, and it's the only thing I was missing in my collection. Now I'm going to make a video on the entire collection and why they're so meaningful to me later on, but I wanted to put this as a bonus video because sometimes life is just funny, right? It is just crazy how things happen. You know, I was able to get my first Turbografx way back in the day, and I got a great deal. And I told the story before. Coincidentally, it was because of the Riots that I got the the Turbografx, because what's going to happen pretty soon is you guys are going to start seeing a lot of great deals now on Craigslist, right? OfferUp, whatever those sites are, and you guys know where this stuff is coming from. You guys know it. Anyway, and let me tell you, when the LA riots happened in '92, which is the first time I went through riots with the Turbografx, it was crazy. I lived in a $345 apartment with my wife and 2 kids, right? And it was just a room. It's just a room with a bathroom. That's all it was. It had a little kitchen, and this is how humble we were at the times. You know how poor we were. Is we made the room look like a living room of a house, and then we would sleep on the floor at night just in case people wanted to visit. You know, they would have somewhere to sit, right? It looked like a living room with a dinette there. So it was that kind of place, but it was a really bad neighborhood. How bad is during the riots, we would have people knocking on our door, like starting from 7 o'clock, asking if we wanted to buy things. At that time, it was VCRs, camcorders, I mean, you name it, stereos, radios, it was nuts. And the same thing was happening, you know, and it's just so sad that so many years later, we still have the same things going on. Same situation, you know. The only difference is it was just LA. Now it's everywhere. With the advent of social media, I think it's made it easier for writers to communicate, because protesters and rioters are different, right? I'm strictly talking about rioters, and you know, you couldn't go anywhere. You know, you couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't do anything. I remember that shortly after that is when, you know, when I got my system. And now it's happening again, man. And it's just the serendipity of it happening is just nuts, right? It's crazy. So many years after. And it's kind of sad, actually. But I'm sure glad that I have it, you know, because in that little apartment, that Turbografx gave me so many moments of joy, you know, of just pure entertainment, because I got it with so many games, you know, just like this comes included with so many games. You know, I had Dungeon Explorer, I had Dragon Spirit. Oh man, let me see what's on this box that I had before. I had Alien Crush. Okay, I had Ninja Spirit, which was one of my favorite games. Legendary Axe. Legendary Axe was a game that, man, Legendary Axe 2 specifically. I don't see it here. Splatterhouse. Oh my gosh. Splatterhouse I actually bought because I saw it and I always wanted it, and I actually I remember going to Toys R Us and getting that. So, I mean, man, this console was with me when, we literally had nothing. That was like my form of entertainment. We couldn't go to the movies, we couldn't do anything, because even at $345, the economy was so bad back then, guys, that sometimes we struggled to make rent, because I was making like, I want to say like $280 a week at the time. And, with a couple of kids and bills and everything else, yeah, I remember those days with a lot of stress, and the Turbografx was one of the ways I would keep my sanity in those days, as far as the stress of living where we lived, and just kind of tuning everything out. I was happy with the kids, the kids were my joy and everything. But just like anything else, I mean, you go to work, 10, 12 hours a day, and then you come home and, it's just the grind. Going to the supermarket, guys. Going to the supermarket was such a pain in the butt. One thing that you guys don't realize with all this looting is a lot of places closed down, right? And one of the hardest things I had to do was go to the supermarket because they had closed supermarkets down that they weren't coming back, right? And then I lived on a second story and I would have to buy a lot of formula. Now the formula my kids took at the time came in like 24 packs, and that was like the bulk of our grocery diet, right? Of our grocery budget. And I had to carry them 2 stories up, just heavy as hell, right? The milk, all the groceries, because my wife at the time would take care of the kids, and I was just taking all this stuff up, right? And it was such a bad neighborhood. My car would constantly get broken into, to the point where I didn't have a stereo in the car. I bought like a little radio with a headphone, and that was it. And it only had one earpiece. This is how long ago it was. Headphones were expensive. To have the two, it was expensive for us, I should say. So I just had the one, and I would go, to work in that. And then things got a little bit better, and I had 2 jobs. But check this out. One job, one of the reasons I moved is because one job was so far away, it was just nuts. So I would work in a shoe store, and then I would work at the docks. So I would work in the shoe store, say from 11 to 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. And then I would work at the docks like from 3 in the morning. I would drive like an hour and a half, to the docks, eat something, rest, and then work at the docks till the next day. And then I would work at the shoe store, and I just balanced those things out however best I could. And I remember being tired all the time, and then when I wasn't tired, this bad boy would come up. I'm really sad what's going on. Not only because, people out there are promoting every single stereotype that there is. And it doesn't matter what the reason, once you do violence on another human being, and once you steal and rob people, that's what you are. It's hard to make amends, especially nowadays in social media. If your face is out there, man, it wasn't a good choice you made. Hopefully we get through this, guys. Hopefully we get through this soon. And I just pray that this ends soon and everybody stays safe. Man, I wish that memory didn't come back of 1992, but it's just funny how things happen sometimes. I still love my Turbografx. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe. Don't be afraid to be happy. Take care.
Hello humans, and thank you for joining me in another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, Smash the like button. Now, let's get ready for the show. On today's episode,